Don't forget to take your medication, boys and girls. Alright. We fixed it. It was, as I suspected, something with my system. Just randomly making my volume low. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's a bug with audio. You know, I don't know. It wasn't Microsoft. It was, you know, some kind of performance issue. But, alright, whatever. We're back. Hey, what's up? Absolute state of computers. Yeah, we had time to reboot. As expected, it helped. Wow, Schieberspieler entering the tournament. Entering the tournament. He's 4 rating points higher than me. Alright, World Boozer, Zen Chess, Shockey, Chess Winner, Ujwal, Stepargan, Dinekis, Mystic Slayer, Mystic Bad Beat Slayer, Ruslan Bear, Urek, Asterbait, and Pyrat. Cheers. Welcome, everybody. Nice to see FIDE Master Schieberspieler back to the online chess world. Alright. We've got Sloth Arena. Aldisto joined. Did I say that? Sloth Arena. Last week was faster. I did a 7+5. I think we'll actually alternate between these two. You know, 7-5 and 10-5. Maybe an occasional 15-5, but that's a little on the long side. I think this way we get more games. People like it better. Last week was a little more popular with the faster 7+5. What did we have? 7 rounds last week? Can't remember. But, you played 2? Any tournaments? Oh, 2. Over the board. I'll have to check it out. Check it out, Mr. Coffee. Check it out. Shining, the Shining reference. If you don't know what we're talking about in the chat room. I made a link with a reference to the movie by Stanley Kubrick. And Mr. Coffee didn't get it, but eventually he got it. Alright. This is 6 rounds? This is 5 rounds. This is 5 rounds. 5 rounds. Strong tournament. 1, 2, 3, 4 players above 2,300. 6 players above 2,200. Another 4 players around 2,100. So we need, you know, it's obvious what the problem is. You know, we need more lower rated people. I don't have enough noobs in my stream. Right. Obviously, Mr. Coffee, like, why should I check her out? Reading comprehension. Mr. Coffee did better on his math SAT than he did on the English part, I assume. It's safe to assume. Reading comprehension wasn't his strong point. Alright. We're going to do this tournament. It'll be different every week. We're at 10+5 this week. What else is up? Oh, the cheating scandal just continues. That's great. That's great. You still remember your SAT scores? Damn, dude, I don't think I can remember mine. Wow, that's incredible. I think mine were closer together. But, you're arguing with people on Reddit. Dude, that's not a good idea. There are much better ways to spend time in your mom's basement than arguing on Reddit. Alright. Like, you know. Seriously. Don't argue on the internet at all, is my... You know, I just don't even go to chat rooms. It's over, dude. Just don't. Every time I like log into Facebook, I'm tempted to like answer someone's chat, but you know you're just gonna get like sucked in. You're just gonna get sucked into the void of arguing with a troll or something. It's just nothing good can possibly come of it. That's why I don't make suggestions for lichess anymore. Yeah, Zen Chess, just this Anatoly line said, just don't. Dude, the fourth tournament in a row where you're playing Urek and he never shows up. Free point, bro. Yeah, I don't know who. I mean, I guess it could be like Orets. If it was Hungarian, it would be pronounced Orets. Orek. In English, Orets. In Hungarian, Urets. I don't know how to pronounce that. But whatever. We get. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. That's bad luck. I had like 14 blacks in a row the other day when I was playing random peeps. It seems crazy, doesn't it? I feel like I had a game with who was it, with Alms, where I was white, a correspondence game, and he did something like h5, but I feel like his knight was on a different square. If my knight is on e7, I can play here. It seems like if I play h5 here, white can play... Well, I don't know, am I even threatening anything if I play h5? Are you even threatening me? Man, I just don't know anything, like, theoretically about what I'm doing here. I mean, Reddit, I guess, isn't as bad as some forums, but it's probably pretty much the same thing as anywhere, though. Yeah, don't argue about the cheating thing. I mean, it just brings out the worst in people. It's better than politics, I guess, but not by much. Zen chess. I love it, I love it. It's just great. It's just a really big waste of time. But I'm a little, I don't know, man. I'm a little disappointed by... Some people thought it was cool that Magnus made a statement. Okay, it's something, but there's not a lot of information, It's like there wasn't any big reveal. He's, like, officially accusing the guy of cheating now. Whereas before it was just an innuendo. So we've reached, like, stage 2 accusation. But unfortunately, the mystery deepens. Alright, h3. Here we go. I don't want to castle. Do I have to castle? Is castling obligatory? You gotta watch out for knight d5. No evidence of any cheating. Dude, you're like... Is that like direct from your, I just... I'm sure there's evidence, but how much and what it is the question. I would like to see more evidence. That's my new account, see more evidence. It's like see more buts. Alright, knight g4 check. Queen takes, bishop takes d8, rook takes, up a piece. Game over. Okay, nice knowing you. Not saying he didn't cheat, there's just no evidence. Captain Obvious. No evidence has been presented. It doesn't mean there's no evidence. It just means that it hasn't been presented. It sounds like a Senate hearing for the January 6th, Capitol riot or whatever. Exactly. It's all, it's very technical. Just because you don't see any evidence doesn't mean there isn't any evidence. Evidence costs money, bro. Show me the money. You want to see the evidence? I'll show you the money. It's like poker. No, I don't want to spend the whole stream speculating about this bullshit. But I don't need, like, evidence to know that, you know, one of them is a scumbag. We don't need evidence for that. That's just obvious, like common sense. But it's still interesting. It is an interesting situation, isn't it? Meanwhile, yeah, Elon Musk is making a fortune, probably. He started investing in anal beads. Conspiracy theories are up. What is the origin of that, anyway? But maybe it's it doesn't have to be, you know, anal beads. Maybe it's like something you swallow. It's like a computer, like a small computer. You can like swallow it, and it like sits in your stomach, and then you poop it out. Maybe you could come up with a more PG sort of way of cheating. Like digestible computers. It's a good theory, right? Dude, I mean, if this was like a drug cartel, they would have a million solutions. Nanoparticles. The necklace is just down a piece. The shoe cheating guy. I saw the thing about putting a Raspberry Pi in your shoe, but that's actually pretty hard to do. You have to like type, you know, with your toes. I mean, it would be so easy to make like a very important mistake. It doesn't seem like just anything I've seen is like foolproof. Greetings. We are out in the open. Actually, this it's not a bad little hidey hole for my bishop, is it? Should I play f6 first? Does it matter? Nah. Daenerys needs a faster time control. Thanks for participating, everybody. You know, even if you're not that into rapid time controls. But, you know, Captain Time Management is playing Blitz here, as usual. That's a big mistake. I mean, your only chance here is c4, right? You've got to play for c4, c5. We just, like, released the tension and took right away. That's the worst move ever. You actually had a small chance with c4 there. He just plays ridiculously fast. It's like lightning chess. Why? Maybe he just gave up hope, but he always plays too fast. Welcome, everybody, to our weekly rapid tournament. I hope Shockey got an opponent after all. Nanoparticles in the blood. Maybe they could beam beam thoughts into the mind of the player from the Cuban embassy or something. I mean, it is just a matter of time until like, you know, really ridiculous cheating is possible. But I still, my only thing is, like, I don't know about this on over the board cheating, but, you know, for me, I saw this article somewhere where some non-chess player was like, people generally regard online cheating as not as serious as over the board cheating. Yeah, like, well, not me, you know, who am I? But I'm just like the 3,000th best player in the world. But from my perspective, cheating is cheating. It doesn't matter if it's online or over the board. But I read somewhere in, like, the BBC, they quoted someone as saying, like, generally online cheating is not regarded as serious. I mean, whatever, man. I mean, obviously this is not a serious article. Could transmit vibrations to you, but someone else had to submit the vibrations. Right, like Morse code style vibrations. That's the anal beads theory, basically. But it could be anything. But see, the problem is, right. They could solve a lot of cheating problems by, you know, not having, like, or having delay with the broadcast of the moves. That should have been a no-brainer, like, long ago. I mean, all major international chess tournaments should delay broadcast of the moves. But there still, you know, could be someone at the site, in the room, you know, like a live audience type of thing, where they can literally, like, transmit the moves immediately. Yeah. Alright, we've got Steph Vargan. He is playing. Wait, no, that's not Steph Vargan. Oh, it was Shockey who got the forfeit win already. Timed out. 10 minutes? How long does the clock have to run for him to be timed out? Have we even been streaming for 10 minutes? Wow, we have. Let's see, Stapvargan versus Schieberspieler. Good game. Stapvargan has his favorite bishop. It needs a name. It's like the Stapvargan bishop. Stapvargan bishop. Schieberspieler with tough position. Get a few seconds for move. No, but that doesn't actually fly. This is a Swiss, and that's a kind of bug. You're not going to run out of time if you let your few seconds run out like it's an arena. That's a holdover from the arena that actually doesn't flag you. You know, if your first 10 seconds run out or whatever, you're not really going to get flagged with the G World. It's just to scare you into submission. Alright, this is like watching the grass grow. Will Schieberspieler grind him down with a slight advantage? Maybe we got something else we can watch. Mystic's Lair against World Loser. That'll be more exciting. 5 pawns each. Imbalanced Rook and Minor Piece endgame, but World Loser has a ridiculous time advantage. Surprise, surprise. Objectively, you know, I guess mostly it would be close, but with the time edge, I guess World Loser might even be better. Practically speaking, although objectively it might be a draw. And then, how lichess mods can be bribed, or blackmailed, in what way, for what? In what respect? Lord Bresco. Lord Bresco. What was my game with Lord Bresco? One game with you. Pterodactyl Quiet Line? Was it legit? Simul? Yeah. What was that? It was a rook ending? Wait, sorry, that was just analysis. Forgot about this. But that was that game. Okay. You're accepted. Al fresco. Yeah. Did I just leave? We'll be right back. Yeah, like for something new and totally different, we can talk about cheating in the chess world. Send your payment to me. Guys, speaking of payments, please be the first to gift a sub for this week. Be the first to cheer. Just asking for a friend. On behalf of Panda and Sloth, be the first to cheer and gift a sub here to the stream. We've got 0 gift subs, 0 bits so far. Alright, let's watch the grass grow a little bit here. Schieberspieler going for the exchange of queens. His favorite theme. Has nothing to do with my chat ban. No, because you're asking for someone else. Classic. It's a good battle. I'm afraid, as usual, time will play a role in both the Schieberspieler and World Loser games. Asterbait gifted a tier 1 sub to the Digi World. And Zenchess donated 100 bits. Thank you, sire. Sir Zenchess. Oh no. Stafforian, I was thinking like I'll play h6. Put, at least like 2 pawns on the dark squares. But Stafforian has a theory where you have a bishop, you put all of your pawns on the same color as the bishop, and then they're like protected pretty much. My joke in the Dutch is that, like all rooking games are lost because your king gets cut off on like the 7th rank, but he's holding his 7th rank. So that theory doesn't really finish him. Yeah. Bad bishops protect good pawns. I'll tell you, we all know that generally speaking, bishops, good bishops are better than bad bishops in general, but, he does a pretty good job of proving that the bad bishop isn't always that bad. You got 125 gift from Council. Had to add it to a supermarket as a gift card. Add it to a supermarket. Sounds good though. 125. Except for the fact the pound just dropped 30% in the last week or something, right? Your 125, used to be it used to be 170 or something. Nothing major. Can I get a shout out? I'm also a streamer. Just started streaming. Let me know your streamer name. Is that your streamer account? Ujwal Basin? Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name right. I'm terrible at pronouncing stuff. Especially since I live in Hungary and I speak English. Especially J's. Thank you for asking first. You guys can check him out. Yeah, that's his account. Ujwal Basin. Streaming on Twitch as well. Oh, you said YouTube. YouTube and Twitch. Schieberspieler also streams. We should get a Schieberspieler. Thanks for the gift sub for Ujwal. It has to be Ujwal. I mean, like, in Hungarian it's Ujwal, Ujwal. But Hungarian and Europeans say the J weird. Hey, can you give me a shout out also? I've streamed for 2 years. We're shouting out to everybody. Schieberspieler, S.T. Brown. Man. Don't let him in the 7th rank, Stap Argan. Don't let him like get multiple rooks in on you either. But it looks like Stap Argan's hanging on, you know, he's not lost against a tough opponent who's very strong technically. At least somebody else playing like longer games than me, you know. It's a nice feeling not being the last game. Of course, when you play Dimitri, Zen Chess was like the first chess streamer ever. That's insane, dude. I was just like discovering YouTube in 2012, 2013. I mean, I just created my YouTube channel around then. I think I created my YouTube channel in 2013. Zen Chess was like, he was like ahead of his time. I wonder what happens if he, you know, he can't play king f6 because the bishop takes a 5 check. This is rough. Black's holding on, but White can improve his position. It's hard for Black to improve his position. Black can basically just kind of move back and forth while White tries to improve his position. Man, this... King e5? I don't think it's impossible. Has anyone, someone's been to Malta, because somebody built all those, you know, buildings and whatever they have there. Oh, has anyone here, see, I'm losing on the, I'm bad at reading comprehension too. Has anyone here been to Malta? I have not been to Malta. The Maltese Falcon. Humphrey Bogart. I know a lot of German poker players. They were like going to Malta for some reason years ago. Oh, the World Amateur Championship is next there. Oh, I see. I mean, is that like one of those German guys tournaments? Or is that's not like an official FIDE tournament, right? That's like a private organization that does those. There's some German FM, I think, that organizes. Oh, it is FIDE. Okay, maybe it's different than the one I'm thinking of. Wow. Not joking around with this king position on Malta. Wow. On Malta. Everybody knows your name. You know, I beat Stappergen with h6 the other day in the same opening. It was just a pure rook ending, right? No, we had bishops too. That's crazy. Schieberspieler and I had like the same material balance and the same h6 pawn, but like a different methodology. I had an open A file in my game, so it was a little easier. I'm thinking of the ACO amateur ones, yeah. That's what I was thinking of. It's a more, you know, like privately owned entity. Man, that's sick. That king position is just sick. Or stat bargain. That's just cruel and unusual punishment. Like B4. Is that even necessary? There's gotta be... If this was like Street Fighter, there's a finishing move here. 5-star luxurious hotel. That sounds good. I have to, speaking of hotels, I have to make my reservations for the World Amateur. Now I'm talking about you guys. The World Senior. The World Senior Amateur. €1,600 for how many days? Are you talking about all inclusive or just for the hotel? For 10 days. That's not bad. That includes like full board or just like bed and breakfast. Can you really play in the World Senior at 40? No. No. They have options for the World Championship Senior. You can sign up for hotel packages, either like just breakfast or full board. But I would rather just get like breakfast and eat where I want. You played in cons last year, Aldisto? Yeah, that's a. I mean, cons is a famous for its film festival, but yeah, the tournament there always had a good reputation. I've never played in a big open in France. Zen chess. Zen chess. You should try arguing about my age on Reddit. It would be interesting to see what happened. I thought that you were in on the joke, though. Lev, 1975. I thought you were in on the joke, bro. Oops. No comment. If you got nothing nice to say, say nothing at all. Maybe when I'm 50, I'll go play the World Amateur Championship. Blue and white, I accept. I won a mug for a blitz pairing with an IM. I played in Bermuda. I got this like crystal bird once, which is pretty cool. Where is my tournament? Oh my god. What happened? Where'd it go? I'm probably late. Ah, you are playing the game. How much to give Mr. Coffee a draw? You know, I can set, I still haven't trolled anyone with this. How much to give Mr. Coffee a draw if we get paired together at World Senior? That's a good question, Mr. Coffee. It depends. You know, the answer, like most things, it depends. It's an 11-round Swiss tournament. Who knows? Like, maybe I could do like a Swiss Gambit. Give you a draw for free. I mean, it depends, you know, on the situation. I think like the minimum is like dinner. Take me to dinner. I'm kind of an expensive date though. Nice bottle of wine, steak dinner. I'll do all the talking like Walter Brown. Rip. I'm a good listener. Alright. Then he takes c3. I can play in the World Senior because I'm 49 and my birthday is before the end of the year. In reality. But I'm not on the official list yet. I have until October 20th. I'm not going to wait to the last second. Probably next week or so I'm going to try to enter the World Senior Championship in Assisi, Italy. It's 11 rounds. 50 plus category. If I win it, I'm a GM. But it's going to be strong. I mean, there's going to be a number of GMs, some of them more dangerous than others. Mr. Sloth showed the list, and John Nunn was rated like 2580. I mean, nothing against John Nunn, who was a great player, but I mean, there's no way that Homie is 2580, after hardly playing in the last 20 years. He's got the Yasserwan Rating Protection Agency. If that dude, if any of these grandmasters who are like 65 and 2580 were to play on a regular basis in like open tournaments, they would instantly drop 100 points. Not just that they're older, but the rating system has become deflated. There's just too many like 1200s from India. Just ask someone who plays regularly, like Grandmaster Arkell from England. He plays in everything. The guy, he's gone down into the 2300s multiple times. It used to be like a taboo. If someone was a grandmaster and they were under 2400, they were like a joke. I don't think that's the case anymore, honestly. I don't think it's a joke, to be a 2375 grandmaster like it would have been, 15, 20 years ago. Although you would never know it by like watching the top tournaments with like Magnus and all these people who are in this exclusive. Now Hans is in the exclusive rating club, but doesn't seem to have much effect on the top, 10, 15 players in the world. But in the middle range, like what is Anand rating? Anand is like under 2700. I don't know. What is Ivanchuk? Ivanchuk's like 2650 or something. I mean, come on. All right. Because when you're talking about Anand, for example, Rapid is a different story, probably. Anand is special. Okay, he's still above, but I think he might have dropped down to 2695 at one point. He might have gone under 2700. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. I thought he had dropped down under 2700. Maybe he did, and he like went back up or something, I don't know. He plays a lot. Okay, Anand's not a good example. He's not a good example. I mean, he's like a superhuman. He's not a human being. Definitely an alien. Yeah, I guess I'm crazy. I don't know, I'm thinking of someone else then. It wasn't Anand. But Ivanchuk is like one of the most active players, formerly in the top 10. And he's got to be like low to mid 2600s now. It starts to have an effect, the expansion of the rating system. Previously, like the high-rated players were untouched by it. But I think it's having an effect. All right. Though I still don't like the rating system. I think it's bogus. The K-factor situation is not good. I think I had this position already. So the question is, who cares? Should I play knight d5? Or should I launch an investigation? I think I had a game like that too. Wow. Knight d5 would leave his bishop out to dry. I think I played knight g5 in another game. Uh-oh. I think... Wow, bishop c5. I don't want to get carried away. I'll do crazy stuff. But I have a sneaking suspicion that Sanchez is in trouble here. What would Paul Murphy do? He just has time for bishop c5. Unbelievable. Bishop g5. This scoring gambit stuff, it's just it's fun. I've been influenced by our hero. I remember my friend in high school who taught me how to play chess, actually in junior high school. We had this, like, maybe the third tournament we ever played in. And he was playing e4, e5 with black, and I remember some guy played the Goring Gambit against him. We were like 1500 at best. But he was swearing up and down that he couldn't believe it. It was completely unsound. He was a purist. I still had that perspective, you know, the Danish, the Goring Gambit. We believed it was unsound when we were 1500. I think I'm biased by my first coach. Oh no. Shocky just left? He did a Magnus? Oh no. Maybe he lost his internet connection. Can that happen in Finland? Maybe the Russians, like, cut an undersea cable or something. You guys see that? How the gas, the North Sea gas pipeline was cut in 2 places, and they measured, like, there were, the Swedish seismologists measured there were 2 explosions yesterday. Exactly the same place. Conspiracy theory or real? The Evans Gambito. Oh no. Sanchez, master of the Goring Gambit. The boring gambit. Boring or Goring? Master. H6 looks kind of forced. We're having fun yet? Are we having fun yet? Are we there yet? finishing touch. Take, take, take. We're putting the finishing touches on it. Come on. There's no way in the world this is not winning. Come on. This has to be winning. Topping sounds. Topping. Ice cream topping. Tapping, you mean. Tapping. I know English is not your first language. It's alright. Tuppence. Mary Poppins. Trying to concentrate. 2 pence. 2 pence Shakor. Okay, bishop h4. Keep the tension. Okay, whatever, man. What are you gonna do to me, dude? Knight takes g5. Critical moment in chess history. Knight f6 check. Bishop takes g5. This critical chess moment in history brought to you by Knight f6 check. King g7. Wow. Knight takes g5. Pawn takes g5. Bishop takes g5. The obvious. Try. Wow, he has that. See, I wasn't sure about that. How is this not a win? Damn it. Some weird hallucinations. We are having some weird hallucinations. What about knight f3? If I played knight f3, I'm just like getting my piece back, right? This is such a weasel way to play it. I know I had better. Can't believe I chickened out. I didn't see a forced win. I wanted to play queen h5, but he takes, and then what? You know, bishop takes g5. He has defenses with like bishop d4 in some positions. That's a classic like Evans gambit thing where the bishop comes back to g7. I mean, I figured I'll just bail. I mean, his king side is broken and it's equal material. Maximum I'm down a pawn, but what's he gonna do? There isn't really a beautiful move here for black. Hey, chess. How's the tourney? Trying out my new anal beads. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. It's just a bad joke. I wanna put it behind us as much as everybody else, but the childish impulses just get the better of me sometimes. They have different levels. Those are expensive. Yeah, put it behind you, Mr. Coffee. They have different levels you can buy. No stupid plays on words. There's like an endless amount of jokes we can make with this ongoing scandal. The media loves it, of course. Magnus clarified virtually nothing with his statement. Just, in case someone else noticed that. Equal material. I'm actually up a pawn now. Gotta love it. This is an important moment in chess history. G. Spites just subscribed. I'm not sure e5 is a really great idea. Actually, I just changed my mind. It's a really great idea. Is it a really great idea? It's not a really bad idea. Thank you for subscribing. An unpleasant, an inconvenient truth. It's like Al Gore's environmental video. You can't get it because you can't. What about the b8? I love me a v8 right now. Bishop d4. Bishop f6. Jeez. I have rook e1. Rook e1. Forced win. Show me the forced win. Oh my god. Right. Take first. Wow. How does that work? I thought he had a tricky trick. Turkeys. Didn't he have bishop d4? Would it have worked? Would it have worked? Does it matter? Problem solving. Okay, first of all, you're not getting the B file. Oh, Grandma, what beautiful isolated pawns you have. My beads broke. He has broken beads. I need to get me some new beads. I'll laugh at anything. It's just ridiculous. No taste whatsoever. I sound like Brian Wall. Speaking of Brian Wall. Brain Wall. Camel Clutcher is not here. God damn it. I might need A4. I need me an A4. The last thing I'm going to do is like put your pawns together and give you like connected D and C. That's not happening, bro. A4. Plus he has counterplay down on the bayou. First of all, what are you doing? Rook there? Rook there. Or rook there. Dude, I don't like you anymore. You're being kind of annoying here. You're supposed to just roll over and die in this position. Down the exchange, 4 isolated pawns. I mean, what else do I need? I mean, it's ridiculous. How can this even be close? It's unbelievable. It's almost like he has equivalent material. I'm having trouble making progress. It's like that time there was a funny stream like a month ago where I was down a piece or something and I thought, I can't believe it, I can't make progress. I don't understand. I don't remember. I was down the exchange or 2 pieces for rook and I didn't know it. And I was like, man, I can't believe how well he's defending this. I can't really make progress. Right. That's annoying. You will not. Unbelievable. Really low on time. Our hero. He's defending the e5 pawn. He's turning into Statvarg, dude. Oh my god. Statvarg in 2. Screw it. I like isolated pawns too. I need some counterplay, man. I am not uniting your pawns for you under any circumstances. Oh yeah. You might want to try D1. That's not going to work either. Alright, he resigned. I almost was screwing that up. Uh-oh. Ujwal, I haven't played you? Oh, that's weird. I thought I had played him before. Have I played myself? No. Sheeperspill, yes. Four players. Lord. So Shaki got disconnected. I don't think he abandoned the game because he thought Schieberspieler was Hans Niemann. But you never know. Alright. We have a total of 19 players. Thanks for joining, everybody. 3 rounds to go. Asterbait, you brought up the Cuckoo's Nest, but I was saying how Nurse Ratched died this week. Last week. Famous actress who played the evil nurse in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. She was 88 years old. Damn, I've been playing the Petrov, but I'm not booked up at all in the Danish Gregorian Gambits. See, now I just helped you to find your own weakness, and you're going to go and you're going to fix it. Yeah, that was not pretty. And I'm not even like an expert. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing like fundamental principles. Imagine if it was like a Gregorian Gambit expert. You got to go pick up your daughter. All right, guys. No problem, G-Spice. Thanks for subscribing. All right, you are excused. Family comes first. I hope she's not heavy. He's not heavy, he's my brother. That was a classic song. Alright, stupid joke. Don't, overstrain yourself. So, Ujwal, I have not played before. Alright, take it easy, do not hurt me. Please do not hurt me. No London system. No London system, please. No London. Oh no. Did it anyway. He did it anyway. They always do this. The people that don't know my stream too well. They don't know I hate the London system. The gambit that shall not be played here. The classic. If I've experimented with the insane knight f3 e5 sacrificing a pawn, but I mean there's just like it's doubtful that's doable. The Weed Master taught me this system. We'll just call it the Weed Master. Weed Whacker. London system Weed Whacker variation. We go knight h5. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Plan B. BBB. You guys forgot about that joke. Forgot about that joke. Now, I don't want to give up my center, necessarily. So, what do? Queen e7. Interesting possibility. Not a bad move, necessarily. Then, like, wait, I could theoretically play bishop h4 if queen e7. Theoretically, I could play g5 in response, and we would end up with a crazy position. Okay. I'm feeling a little frisky. I could see the Weed Master playing this though. What is Sloth's Rapid? Sloth's not here right now. He's a sloth. His name is Carlson. He's one of the mascots for the stream. Because Sloth came on board when I stopped playing Blitz, basically. Sloth is a representation of slowness. Sloth is not, it's not evil. It's not a deadly sin, contrary to popular belief. So, that's the point. The point is, White's playing the Caro-Kann. The London system, the Caro-Kann, and the Slav are all essentially the same opening. Exciting, isn't it? This is totally the place for me then. Unfortunately, not enough players who are like beginner level appreciate my stream. I guess my stream is kind of geared toward intermediate and above. So I don't get a lot of viewers who are, let's say, lower than like 1,600. This is a tournament. Yeah, I host this tournament every week. It's a Swiss, so you have to be in before the first half is over. It's probably too late to register, since it's only 5 rounds. Thou shalt not attack f7. We have a poker player in the house. I play poker badly. 1950 on lichess is pretty good. I would put you on the upper level. We get a lot of people who are 1950 in my stream. Around that. That's like the average rating here. So you would fit right in if you're 1950. But we need more players who are lower. You know, actually I have a lot of stronger players taking part in the stream. What's going on with like pawn takes d4? He has to take with a c pawn. I'm like tempted, strongly tempted, to give up my proverbial center here. E takes d, open up, Mr. Bishop. Can you play? I think it's too late. You have to register. Maybe you're not too late. I don't know. I think you have to register by round, before the end of round 3, or before the start of round 3. You can try. You have to join our team. You're pretty bad. That's cool though. 15, 1600. We need more players like that in this tournaments. But join our team. Mr. Coffee, if you could put the link to the team in the stream there so people can join. I wanna share this story with everybody. It really isn't. It's not chess related at all, but I've been having difficulty getting good sleep, and for a long time really. I have a weird schedule. Once a week I'll play poker very late. Usually I'll change my going to sleep time. Too much computer, too much phone, not enough exercise, whatever. But anyway, yesterday I had knight c5. I'm afraid this guy is gonna he's gonna go conservative on me and castle king side, just when I'm gearing up for him to castle queen side. Anyway, last night I had really good night of sleep. Yeah, don't forget the $5 joining bribe for Mr. Coffee. For like the first time in weeks, I had an extremely good night's sleep, and I had a very, very detailed dream, which is extremely rare. But the weirdest thing about the dream wasn't just that it was detailed, it was actually about poker, which was weird, because I haven't been playing. I play poker once a week. Don't play a lot, and I rarely think about it that much. White just doesn't castle, period. Wow. So this is pretty crazy. He just doesn't do castling. Unbelievable. I had a poker dream. Well, I was like, in the beginning of the dream, it was a tournament, and I was drunk, and I was just, all I could see was my one table where I was playing, and then I had drank too much, and it was out of control, and I don't know. Somehow I survived. It was like an all-night tournament or something, because it was like the middle of the night, we were drinking, and then like in the morning was like the end of the tournament. It was very strange, but the funny part was that I ended up like heads up with Phil Hellmuth. It was just totally random. Like I never think about Phil Hellmuth. It was just really odd. We ended up heads up with Phil Hellmuth for this medium-sized like multi-table poker tournament, and he was way ahead of me. I think he had me like severely like out-chipped, but then I got like pocket fours and flopped a set of fours, and I just like overbet the pot massively all in, and he called me with like top pair or something, and he lost like a lot of his chips. So I took the chip lead, and then later I just like with the chip lead I just offered him a deal where we would split first and second prize. Um, it's not such an interesting story really in itself, but I just thought it was so odd, you know. Why am I having a poker dream about Phil Hellmuth? And yeah, you know, he didn't rant, but he was like kind of sarcastic and like rude, you know. I offered a deal. I didn't take a deal. I offered a deal. But we were like first and second. Yeah, I had him out chipped by a significant margin and offered a deal. But the reason why I offered a deal was because I was like extremely tired, and it had been like we had playing all night, and I was like drunk or hangover and in bad condition. So I was just happy that I got the chip lead and then offered a. It's like offering a draw in a chess game. It was really weird, and he like instant accepted. And then there was this last part of the dream which was weird. Like at some point during the final table, this random guy, one of the other players, like just asked me if he could borrow $500. Just a guy I don't even know, and I just like gave him. I was really drunk, and I just like gave him $500. And then like the next day when I was sober, he was like, "Ha, you remember you like gave me $500?" I was like, "I don't remember that." It was weird. It's not that interesting, the story, but it's just such a bizarre, like, totally random, you know. I don't remember the last time I thought about Phil Hellmuth, for example. Like, how did he get like chosen to be like the poker player in my dream? Maybe because I don't particularly like him. I don't know. He's like representing. He's representing like Hans Niemann or something. Do you remember when Phil Hellmuth like was like the main ambassador for Ultimate Bet, which was like this poker site that their owner like cheated with the back door and like stole lots of people's money because they could see their hole cards and stuff. Maybe there's some weird sort of like cheating angle to my dream. Phil Hellmuth represents Hans Niemann, but he wouldn't be the best example. There's much more overt cheaters in poker that we could use as examples. I just couldn't understand where Phil Hellmuth came from. Other than someone I don't particularly like. Though I don't know him personally. I don't like the image he represents. It's really weird. I mean, that's literally the first like detailed dream I've had since I can remember in months. And maybe in like the most detailed dream I've had in the last year. It would help if you would get good sleep more often, I guess. If I got more sleep, you know, probably wouldn't be an issue. Should I play in a FIDE rated open tournament if I have no FIDE rating? Would I get crushed? Well, I mean, a lot of tournaments like might not let you. I don't know what the rules are. Mr. Coffee knows better than me. But I think you can. I mean, you have to play in. Yeah. Well, I mean, not every section you'll be allowed to play in, maybe. Yeah, it depends on the tournament. But I don't think you should have any hesitations about it, you know. I remember like the first time I played in a things were different when I was starting, but I was so nervous before my first tournament when I was like a teenager. White's in a lot of trouble here. I don't know, like a lot of people have this idea about the London system that it's an attacking system where you castle queenside. I don't know where that comes from. Like, honestly, it happens in the Jababa system where your knight's on c3, but in the normal London, I don't really know why or how that became like a thing. The entire concept of turning the London into opposite side castling, attacking position. I think White just freaked. Freak out! You played tournaments when I was a kid and got routinely crushed. I mean, it's never good if it's like... I mean, it's not good if you're like, yeah, always getting crushed, obviously. My first tournament was this unrated knockout tournament. It was the worst format ever for a Scholastic tournament. And I was very discouraged by it. Luckily, I almost didn't play again after that. Luckily, I later discovered like normal tournaments and I wasn't totally turned off by it. But, you know, you definitely want to be, you want to be not like getting crushed every game out of your league. That's like playing computers. My first tournament, I was I was unrated. It was up until 1800. It was a below 1800 section. And I had like 2 draws, 3 draws, 4 draws, I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think I won a single game, but I had a couple draws against good players. So even that was enough to encourage me. Maybe I had like 4 losses and 2 draws. I don't remember. I feel like I had more. I think I had 4 draws and 2 losses. Man, it was weird. I don't know. But I wasn't discouraged by it. Yeah, I think that's common. Uh-oh. Oh-oh. Oh-oh. It's probably common, to think you're better than you are. Bonk. Bishop. Mr. Bishop. Yeah. The only thing I'm saying is like you don't want to go to tournaments where you're like losing every single game and it's going to discourage you. Although that's a bigger problem for like kids than adults. It's not like, it's not really a good thing. You don't want to be completely out of your league where you're discouraged. That's why I quit playing computers, because it's just all it did was like make me depressed. That's not a good place to be. Asterbait has not played over the board chess, disappointingly. I think he would enjoy it, and I think he should. You're a fantastic loser. Well, maybe you're too much of a good loser. World loser. World loser's in the tournament. I mean, you gotta it's gotta hurt a little bit. I think that's important. No. Pin it and win it. Look at those bishops. It reminds me of Andy Soltis. The only time I ever saw him play in a live tournament, He was playing the black side of this King's Indian. It was just sick. Same with poker. You rage when I do something I knew was stupid, but did it anyway. Yep. That sounds kind of familiar. White is a good defender. Amazing, there's like no way to finish him off here. Well, I guess that's the way. Nothing fancy. Triple pawns. Where is the mate? It's an annoying position. There's no way to like cleanly like get a mate. Oh no. Schieberspieler, Aldisto. Aldisto's done some damage before. But I'm going to play Schieberspieler, I guess, unless Aldisto wins. Now, Aldisto has real chances here. As I always say, ops colored bishop positions, material doesn't matter as much as not. Ops colored bishops. Excel poker isn't here. Trying to think of my worst recent poker play. So new people. I lost in this tournament where we entered late. Why do I... Fencing Fencer has no games. Who is Fencing Fencer? I really usually don't accept people with no games, so... Oh, he said he thought he had COVID. Yeah, but I mean, everybody's sick and doesn't have COVID that I know. My whole family, a lot of friends. It doesn't have to be COVID, but... Yeah, right. That's right. I lost like atrociously in my last poker tournament. Club poker tournament. It was like... Just don't enter poker tournaments like late entry. It's a waste of time. I mean... It's just not a good value for your money. All the like if you enter late, all the bad players already busted out. It's like such a stupid thing to do. Alright. King F2. WJ, if you're in the tournament? Wow. By the way, who is Fencing Fencer? Fancy Feast. Man, that's a great you know, illustration of active play in an ops color bishop position by Aldisto. You gotta play for the initiative. Material goes out the window. Like joining tournaments where I have 20 big blinds is such a waste of time. I had this hand where, like, I was heads up and on the turn I had top two pair. And the only way my opponent could like beat me is if he had made a gut shot straight on the turn. Something like that, and he had it, but it was like there was no way he could have called on the flop with a gut shot draw, you know, with a short stack. it was like he did this horrible donk call, and I just assumed there was no way he could have done that, but he did. It's going to be a draw. I think most likely. Maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, I spoke too soon. I mean, Alisto is 2 pawns down here. Tricky situation. I spoke too soon. What the bleep? This doesn't look good. Schieberspieler is very, very strong in technical chess. He's very quick. I'm afraid, like, this is over. The only chance for Aldisto would have been, I guess, you know, to, like, get his king back in the area of that queenside majority. Well, I'm not even sure that would have been enough. But how did he manage this queen exchange? I mean, rook exchange. How did White get a rook exchange and win another pawn? What? It's an A pawn? It's just over. Alright, nothing to see here, folks. Was black okay, though? Before? Wow. Computer analysis, 0 inaccuracies. I felt like black was holding that ops color bishop and rook ending, probably, with active play. Is anyone gonna take responsibility for being fenster? Move times, computer analysis. I don't. Okay, so here, yeah, when he played king h5, exactly this position black was holding. He's active enough, despite the fact that white is up a pawn. Black has like 3 very active pieces. What happened? G5 ended up being a mistake. Well, he had some weird. It wasn't that easy. Bishop e8. King g4, though, I think, you know, more natural move. He would have to give up the g7 pawn. But I mean, now white's king is clearly in a dangerous place. As I said, you know, material goes out the window. Ops color bishop positions, so you got to go all in for the activity. Alisto could have held that, though. Again, not easy, you know. What was the actual hand? He didn't river the gut shot. He turned it. The queen was no. The turn was a 10. I think it was like rainbow. It was a rainbow board. No flush draws. That was a big part of it. You know why I wasn't concerned. It must have been 8. I don't know, one of the cards was low. It was probably something irrelevant. It must have been 8-2 queen. Like an 8-2 queen flop, rainbow, where I have queen 10. I bet the pot and only one caller who had checked in front of me. Like, I'm in the big blind, he's in the small blind. There's like check, check. I bet top pair queens. 8-2 queen board. No, it's not an 8-2 queen board. Yeah, 8-2 queen board. And I bet the pot, and we're like in a high blind situation. The guy check calls me. So I figured he's got an 8 or a queen. I don't know. Whatever. And then the turn is the 10. And he bets like 2/3 of the pot. So I made top 2, and he made his gut shot straight with Jack 9. He had Jack 9 on an 8-2-10. Queen 8-2 board. Queen 8-2 board. He calls a pot size bet with Jack 9 offsuit on a rainbow board. There's like literally no way I can put him on Jack 9. Like, nobody's making that call who's not a complete idiot. So it was like, yeah, he could have had like a set of 2s or a set of 8s or something. I raised him, and then he went all in, and I was like, oh, whatever, I don't care anymore, because I've already invested like half of my chips in this pot, and I'm short stacked anyway. Maybe he has like ace queen or something, I don't know, but I have no idea. Karo Khan. I just don't think he would have checked the flop with a set, but maybe. And that's the thing I probably should have been concerned about, not a straight, but he could have had a set. I'm definitely folding if it's like higher blinds and stuff. Trying to take Cheaper Spieler out of book here. My honest hope was that the guy had like, I don't know, 8 queen or something stupid, like a worse 2 pair, or he was slow playing a really good queen. I don't know. It was weird. The only reason why I'm in the hand with queen 10 offsuit in a low blind, in a high blind situation, was because I was in the big blind in the first place. It was like a limped pot or something like that, and the guy called from the small blind. Maybe it was a mini raise. Maybe it wasn't limped. Maybe the random player middle position put in a mini raise. We both called from the blinds. I flop top pair, and the initial mini raiser, okay, checks. The guy checks, and I bet the pot against these calling stations. Normally you could bet less, but it's like a club tournament with calling stations. I think the real question was, what my friend said, and he's kind of a passive player, but what he thought was what I should have done was that I made a mistake in like raising on the turn. I should have just like called the turn and then called the river, and I could have just like paid him off and survived with like 10 big blinds left or something. like, it's probably okay if he decides to go all in or something. It's a tough call, but I think that's probably what would have happened, you know. And the turn he led and I raised. Yeah, I should have just called and then called the river and so cap, you know, 8 to 10 big blinds. But you figure, yeah, he's only, yeah. I should have just called and called, and like a lot of times I'm getting paid probably, and I'm ahead. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if he calls my raise, I'm in trouble. If I just call, you know, I don't know what got into me. I mean, normally I would do that. It was a short stack. I kind of felt like I had to like play for all my chips or not, you know. I just sat down at the table like 10 minutes before that with 25 big blinds or something, and this is the first hand I even got involved in. I couldn't, like an average player, not great, but not terrible. Obviously, he's a calling station, but I don't know him that well. What do we do? I mean, I don't really know him at all, to be honest. What am I doing? Where am I putting my bishop in this position? Yeah, I mean, what should have happened was I survived with 8 to 10 big blinds. He probably bets like half pot on the river. I pay him off, and I'm still alive. With not much chance. But 10 big blinds is 10 big blinds, you know. Lots of poker tournaments have been won. Yeah, if he like goes all in on the river, it's a really tough spot. I mean, not a really, you know, more, it's a more of a calling station kind of player, so I doubt he would have done that. He's just like probably not going to do that. That would be uncharacteristic. My real problem was, you know, he could have had a set, realistically. He should never have what he had. What am I doing? B3? B3. No, it's just really bad to enter tournaments late. My biggest skill in poker is like observing and like reading players and building like a knowledge of the opponents, and when you just like drop me on an alien table, I should just, you know, not, you know, not do anything too crazy without any reads. I don't do well when I get like moved. I kind of have to see the table for a while. I should just have a policy of staying out of action, you know, to some degree. I had just been in the tournament for 10 minutes. I never get eliminated, you know, like 10 minutes into a poker tournament normally. I'm pretty conservative. The psychologist asked questions of a load of NASA people and found the most overriding factor that got them into space science was Star Trek. Mr. Coffee. Speaking of Mr. Coffee. So what's up here? Both playing super cautious chess. Very safe. But he's faster than me. Don't really have a plan, to be honest. I'm not sure he does either. You know, he can play A3 if he wants to, but I don't know, you know, if it's good or risky or what. Could fall later. Thanks everyone for joining our tournament. Thanks to Asterbait for the 2 gift subs, Mr. Coffee, Zen Chest with a 100-bit donation. Guys, please subscribe and support the stream. We had resub from G Spites and 2 gift subs from Masturbate. This is not the most exciting game. Yeah, I don't know. What makes me play like the mainline Caro Kann with white? Because I don't know the theory that well. Though I should, because I played it with black. I don't know that... I mean, I almost always have played the Panav attack against the Caro Kann in serious games. I guess I probably have. I probably have... at some point played a few games here and there in the main line. Sheeper's a lot faster than me, so he has a good score in blitz. Sloth. This is, I mean, you know, you can call it rapid, but I mean, honestly, like 10-5, I feel like it's pretty blitzy. What's up, Juicebox Wizard? Time is a factor here. I'd rather play something like 30 plus 5. Would that be considered rapid chess? 30 plus 30. I've been doing training games with one of my students. 30 plus 30. I like the 30-second increments, similar to over the board chess. I mean, I think if Schieberspieler like really wanted to play for a win, he could wedge the pawn on A3. But again, you know, that pawn is stuck on a dark square, can become a target. He's equal here. In a tournament situation, like with black in an equal position, where you're tied with the other player, you know, it's a matter of style, but you don't have to take chances. You're going to probably have white next round and I have black, so you have an advantage. At least you don't have a disadvantage. You're going to have another white. You get a draw with black, it's... I don't know, I played kind of lamely though. I mean, this is a weird move. You know, I thought for a long time and played knight c3, but I hate these knight takes f6 lines. I've tried everything. I've played knight g5. I played the gambit with bishop d3, but you don't want to play a gambit against Schieberspieler. He's very good at like taking a pawn and holding on to it. You're moving houses. Juicebox Wizard, where are you again? Where are you? It's like, where in the world is Juicebox Wizard? My only chance if Sheba Spiller gets disconnected. Bishop f8. Super solid. This is pathetic. I'm a chicken, more so than him. I mean, I'm white and I didn't do anything. That's what I expected. Exactly. I like how he guarded g7. Kind of got to give him credit for that. Do you want to trade my bad bishop off? Trade my bad bishop off. I thought he was going to play bishop e4. I don't know. Your blood... What? Your blood pressure still hasn't recovered. I didn't know you had a blood pressure problem. I just like freaked out that maybe he has b4 here. Yeah, why can't we offer draw? What? There must be a bug. Try refreshing the page. I just didn't even notice. Oh, that's really weird. Wow, that's really weird. Seriously, has anybody else got this? You can't offer a draw to your opponent? Is it just us? Has anyone offered a draw in this tournament? Oh. Moved on. Dude. At the same time? As far as you know, it's not possible before move 30. Oh my god, you're kidding me, right? You have to be joking. Lichess is implementing there's no draws before move 30? What? There's no way you're serious. Oh my god, the Sophia rule. Dude, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Are they even kidding? Yeah, he's right. He's right. We can only offer a draw after move 30. Oh my god. Does that, like, is that only in tournaments or something? Okay, that's officially the dumbest thing that lichess has ever done. Maybe it's just they call it the dirty 30 rule. Is this for real? They should. But I mean, does it only apply to tournaments, or is it like every single game, every single rated game? Sorry for the Grandmaster draw. I was talking about my poker hand at the beginning, and I was like a minute behind, so Sheba Spiller was kind of gracious. You know, I didn't mean to like leave him sitting there like, you know, without me playing. The only inaccuracy in our game is c6. That's funny. See, you should never play the Caro-Kann. It's inferior. I always have a terrible... I have a terrible score with the Caro-Kann. And over the board play. Dude, this is crazy. 30 move draw rule. I'm boycotting. Okay, Staff Oregon's still playing. I'm boycotting the site for that 30 move draw rule. Dude, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. It's funny, like, they used to have this rule. This is getting weirder and weirder. They used to have this rule, like, in the first Saturday, and these are closed tournaments for GM and IM norms where you couldn't draw another 30 moves. So the people that wanted to draw, they would just avoid it by just going through the motions of, you know, doing 30 moves. You know, just random 30 moves. You can't prevent people from who want to draw from making a draw. That's never going to happen. Wow. Staff Oregon losing to Pyrat. Major upset. I have to say, Pyrat is, once he crushed me. So, capable of playing very, very well, apparently. In the simul, that was. But I've had some other tough games. WJ Loof taking down Ruslan Bear, taking down ST33 with a half-point bye, is now in third place momentarily. Oh my god. Another upset. Possible upset in the making. These games aren't rated, right? It's not even a rated tournament. Prostate massager. I prefer to the anal beads. It's less invasive. Wow. Yeah, I mean, wow, I didn't see any updates lately from lichess. Usually they used to, like, post... I mean, I guess they have their stupid forum that I would never go to the forum again, but I hate forums in general. Usually they would, like, you know, make some articles about new rules, but I don't think this, like, not allowed to draw in the first 30 moves is going to be popular. Trust the beads. It brings the meaning to you, beady-eyed fool. Sounds like something Mr. T would say. Anyway. Trust the beads, fool! But unfortunately, got to bail. Digital Doctor. I pity the beads. I miss Mr. T. Last time I saw him, he was doing, like, Fusate. What do you call it in America? But it's Fusate here. He was doing commercials for them. He looks kind of sad now, these old, just not the same. What I was speculating, Juicebox Wizard, could we have, like, a digestible computer where you, like, swallow it and then poop it out after the game? It would be hard to detect. My stomach is grumbling. I think the drug smugglers would would be able to figure out a way to cheat at chess. It was a chat, yeah, no doubt, dude. It was a chess bra troll. So it went from chess bra troll to Eric Hansen to Elon Musk. That makes sense. The ultimate conspiracy theory. I don't know. Now Magnus has upped the ante, where he's claiming that there was definitely over the board cheating. I am not gonna say whether, that's true or not. I have no idea, but from my perspective, it doesn't even matter, Magnus is maybe trying to justify his stance and stuff, but online cheating is enough, and I don't think, Magnus has to prove that he cheated over the board, but maybe that makes his reputation look more respectable. I don't see how Magnus can possibly prove he cheated, whether he did or not, that's going to be tough to do. Unless you have like a witness, who could testify that, he knew the cheating methodology, or Hans told them, or, some direct connection to evidence of cheating. People have been cheating with the board for years, sure. But, never like in a elite level tournament that we knew of. And I'm still unconvinced about that, but we'll see. But I mean, this thing about like online cheating is not a big deal, or it's different, or it's bullshit. Cheating is cheating, and you're a scumbag. That's all you need to know. I mean. But I'm surprised. FIDE already has these Rouses and other guys who cheated, and they've done their time, and they're back in the chess world playing again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is happening? Wow. Wow. Very close. Wow. Important moment in chess history here. King d2. Wow, that was accurate. Stupid me, I was looking at King d1. Oh man, this is so sick if white wins. I mean, good job, Arsenal fan. Only came here for a few minutes to lambaste anyone advocating defense of Eamon. Well, at least you're on the right side of things, Arsenal. Good to see you're in the Heath Arkle camp rather than Nigel Short. It seems I mean, dude, like the problem with cheating is that you can't do the Ken Regan system of cheat detection because people don't play all the best moves, Cheating is an art form. Modern chess cheating is like an art form. I mean, you're not going to be able to say, oh, here's a computer graph, this is evidence. Any kind of good cheater is going to make it, like, only play a few key moves. It's almost impossible to prove. I mean, if he did that, though, where he had, like, perfect over the board games, he's stupid. I mean, why? If you're going to cheat, you don't need to play perfect moves. You're an idiot if you do that. You're not only a cheater, but you're stupid, too. You could literally play, like, mostly, like, third or fourth best moves against Magnus and beat him. There's the occasional forced move you have to play, but seriously, I mean, anyone who, who like, plays the very best moves all the time is like a moron, Alright. Sloth Autumn. All you need is a few key moves, at the right time. It's very. It's not like you need to have like computer moves every single move. It's going to become very difficult to police. Basically, the games can't be broadcast, without like a serious delay, first of all. Secondly, you have to go through like a metal detector, have your brain scanned for like Elon Musk implants, anal cavity search. That's the future of chess. Okay, anyway, off to other things. Schieberspieler, Sparkle Horse tied for first. Aldisto, of course, Schieberspieler has the better tiebreak. Why can't he play someone who like left the tournament? Aldisto, 3 points. Stepvargan 2.5. WJ Loof had 2.5 already. Pyrat with the he only drew against Stepvargan. My God. Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to sort through, like, Neiman's games with a fine-tooth comb now. George, said George, Google Schilling, sorry, Googie Schilling, I need glasses. I was talking about this yesterday. I really have trouble reading text sometimes. Googie Schilling, just subscribe to Tier 1. Googie. Did the $10 donation? Yes. Thank you, EB Tactic. That was fine. It just doesn't go in the streaming donations list. But I did put you on the list on the page, on the Twitch page of people who donated to the stream. I try to keep a running thank you list on Twitch, on one of the Twitch panels of people who donate. It didn't take 3 days. No, I mean, it went through that day. Aldisto. Uh-oh. Damn. Right, no, I mean, Arsenal fan, what most, noobs about chess don't understand is the disconnect between online chess and over-the-board chess. It's like, there's a total disconnect. I mean, they're not even remotely the same thing. There's no governing body for online chess and stuff like that, so... But FIDE is just so disgusting and corrupt. I hate FIDE. I mean, I must feel like the best thing to do would be like tear it down and start from scratch. If Magnus ever did one good thing in his life, he should like advocate for, abandoning FIDE and start his own like chess federation or something. Well, I'm not going to go on a rant about FIDE. It's just not the best sports organization for many reasons. They're totally out of touch with like online chess. They tried to have this idiotic chess arena for years and years. I like how the FIDE, it was even on BBC and stuff. FIDE reprimanded Magnus, like, what? They couldn't even identify, like, FIDE released a statement where they're reprimanding Magnus without even, like, identifying an official. If it was any other sport in the world, there would have been, like, Mr. blah, 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 blah from FIFA, Seth Blatter from FIFA reprimanded, but there was no identity, no official mentioned. It was, like, an anonymous, like... Dude, because, like, it's not even a normal organization. I mean, whatever. It was, like, Dvorkovich himself or something. I mean, whatever. It just has zero relevance. The problem is the monopoly aspect, of course, of a sporting organization like that. I mean, yeah, how dare Magnus take a stand against cheating? How dare someone speak out about it? It's the first great thing that Magnus ever did, in my opinion. beyond like winning the world championship, it's the first time he ever stood up and showed some backbone in his life beyond just playing chess. He could have advocated for a better World Chess Federation anytime, in the last 10 years. But he's never done anything of that sort. All the troublemakers are here. Juicebox Wizard, Arsenal, they're getting it on. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm happy to see Magnus taking a stand for something politically in chess. Although this isn't really political, it's more of... Yeah. I'm shocked by the amount of idiots who are not on Magnus's or don't understand what Magnus is doing. People are just, generically dumb in general. Alright. Most people are ugly and dumb. That's the fact of life. Nothing wrong with being ugly and dumb. Okay. Knight A5. Extreme knight moves. Or dumb and ugly if you prefer. You walk down the street, I'm a really mean person. Everyone who watches the stream appreciates that. But I'm still shocked. Vast majority of human beings. A6, is that a good proactive use of my time? I don't think so. It's kind of like the London system on the other side of the board, what he did here. Like that earlier game I had in the London, right? I was facing all the pressure on that diagonal. Now we see like this. Instead of the H file and the C2, A2 F7 diagonal, we see the A file and the G1 A7 diagonal. FIDE has yet to make any real improvement, dude. It's a joke. Dude, it was under Kirsan Ilumjinov for the last, in case no one noticed, this guy, who was the president of a weird Russian territory, was the FIDE president during most of that time. And now, it's another crony of Putin. Maybe if you didn't have an overtly corrupt FIDE government, they would achieve something. I don't know. Yeah. No, not Transnistria, dude. What's it called? They used to host all the chess tournaments there. Kalmykia. He was the Prince of Kalmykia or whatever. I'm playing the hippo. It's like a delayed hippo. No, I'm just saying, that's where 15 years went, and now they got rid of him finally. What, 4 years ago? Whatever. The current FIDE president had lots of support from random African countries. They probably bought all the votes. That's a classic tactic. Get reelected by paying off, tiny African nations. All right. Transnistria, no, that's the territory bordering Moldova. Totally other thing. Yep, but anyway, we'll see. I mean, I noticed that Hikaru had like 36,000 viewers today or something. I mean, it seems like this is like the next Queen's Gambit. The chess scandal, it's like a soap opera. It's just like attracting people to chess streams. Bad, even bad publicity is like good for the game, essentially. I mean, maybe that's not more than usual. I don't really pay attention to Hikaru's like streaming numbers, but I mean, honestly, it's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. At some point, Hans's reputation will always be dubious. You're never gonna lose that, so he's gonna pay a price for it forever. But Delver is back in Standard. Oh, he had stopped, right? Play the hippo. Plippo. Plinko. Delving. Delver is delving. Well, I guess we won a castle. Kaleidoscope guy. You're not Delver, right? You said this already. Borosh and red wins. Borosh Danish. Chess dweeb. Borosh means red. Actually, Vorosh means red. Borosh means, yeah, almost. Borosh means, like, with wine. Like, made with wine, like you're making a recipe. Borosh. Today I ate venison with red wine. It would be, Borosh. Kush, I guess. Borscht. That's Russian. What do I do? It's basically like beef stew. You make don't know if I made a mistake here. I might have made a big mistake. Hungarian goulash, they call, like you have the soup, but there's also, you can make it like a, ragu, like, what's the word I'm looking for? A stew, essentially. Like stewed meat. Just served as a plate with usually like galushka. Very good. Looks like a modern dumplings. Galushka. I want to sack my knight. Knight sack. Don't get me talking about food. I'm getting hungry. You placed third in your first Magic Arena. Oh my God, 93. He's a genius. He can do anything. Queen H4. My bishop's on the short bus. Both of my bishops. What happened to my bishops? What are you doing? Good, my bishops. Goulash is an old dish from 1300s. Oh yeah, they use polenta a lot in Romania as well. WJ Loof, very common. Um, I like that. Transylvanians, at least. I'm sure the Romanians do as well. Yeah, now I'm talking about food. God damn it! It was better talking about like Hans and. It was better to talk about Hans and bra size. These positions seem impossible to play. Well, it's hard to play closed positions. Check out the quote of the tournament, right? You might want to like. This is one of the best quotes we've ever had for the tournament. Max Uwe about, you know, strategy requires thought, tactics require observation. This is an excellent quote, actually. Uwe, who was like a brilliant player, world champion, but, you know, it's hard not to appreciate his style. Nice. River guarding rook. That's one of the best quotes I can recall in a long time, honestly. G5, G4. Knight F4, Knight F4, Bishop F4. Castles. Well, the problem with castles is the obvious. The obvious problem. So easy a child could do it. So I'm tempted to play G5. But sometimes we have to, we have to control our temptations here. Tempted to play F5. I mean, F5 is probably the most natural move. It's just that my king is, in the open. So if I play F5, he has either F3. This F3 is going to hold him together. Interesting. I think, therefore I am. Take care. Larsson. Block my king to h7. That's a classic hippo move, EB tactic. I knew this guy from Romania. Where was he from? No, Ukraine. And I am from Ukraine. He used to play the hippo like every game. And that's a standard hippo technique. Heinrich Chapakaitis did that too. He used to play the hippo sometimes. It was like a legendary. Oh man, I had a terrible hallucination. Legendary blitz player. We had an hallucination, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. We're down a pawn, but I've been down worse pawns than this. I led the rook. The rook potential. Yeah, I don't know. Probably this was incorrect, but I mean it did open up my bishop. It's the other one that's the problem. Obviously. Let yourself go. Let your inhibitions run wild. You might say, why play queen g5? Because I don't want to get my ass rolled over by f4. But I'm probably going to get it run over anyway. I'm hoping he trades queens. But I don't know, objectively. It's a difficult position for black. I'm down a pawn. I don't have a lot of compensation. But I like the Max Uva quote. Still, I mean, there's still hope. I have like c6, maybe, if the situation is right. But honestly, Aldisto's played a great game. Very solid. Aggression, but solidity sort of balanced together. Looks like my only chance is like take him out on time. Aggression mixed with solidity. These bishops are... they are pretty dangerous. Pretty much forced that move. So I can apply pressure. It's like acupuncture. Acupressure. Now the a6 is so much more solid than it used to be. Apply pressure here. Ooh, rook e3. No. Didn't you play Alisto in the last round last tournament? I do not recall. He found it, the only move. So I got the classic Queen's Indian maneuver. Taking pressure off of d5, that's brilliant. Great. Well, at least he doesn't have rook c3. Anyway, there goes that diagonal. We are well coordinated. Oof. He is a little extended. Extended. This is clearly theory. He played c5. Wow. Look at that. Alrighty. Oh, I have bishop d4 check. Bishop d4 check, bishop f2, and then like pawn takes pawn. I mean, it can't be bad. It's tempting. Could also just play like pawn takes pawn. I guess we'll take it. Sold. E3 is not working. Hey, what's up, Move 11? We got our pawn back. His knight is slightly dominated, and our bishops are functional. Functional! Functional bishops. Always good. Our bishop, formerly known as bishops, is functional. So, unfortunately a6 is hanging, but this duo is not very nice. Not the nice. I think we're gonna have to cash out here. Did our hero Schieberspieler already win his game? I assume. It's a tricky situation. Storage Wars fans. Oh man. Don't talk about storage units. Please don't bring up storage units. That's where all my money goes, like wasted for the stupid storage unit. Wish somebody would raid it. All I need is someone like a big basement, and I'll pay you like $200 a month to let me put my stuff there. The problem is like it has to be someone that I really can trust, you know. I need someone with an empty basement, or at least like half a basement. Dude, Mr. Coffee will do it. You serious? We'll have to have negotiations later. I mean, it's something I'm seriously considering. I'm just wasting my money. You can have an entire bedroom. All right, man. We'll talk later. I might have to do it, but it doesn't have to be like immediately. It would probably be like next summer. Yeah. Anyway, you need the basement for the like torture chamber and everything. He's like Hannibal Lecter, or was it? What was the guy in the Silence of the Lambs? What am I doing here? All right, let's just take whatever. Buffalo Bill. Oh, the basement gets water. Okay, yeah, my mom's had the same problem. So if White wants to win, he has to try knight f2. I was like mildly worried about that. Wait a minute, he can't take on g6. This is sort of sad, isn't it? These have to go, though. That has to go. The one on e4 has to go. I'm losing g6, I know. It's a draw. It should be a draw. Never be too careful, though. Number 1 rule of endgames, take your time. Number 2 rule is like, defend actively. I don't have a lot of time. No, Mr. Coffee, I never asked anyone before. But, I'm actually down a pawn here. I didn't realize that. Number 3 rule of endgames, like, count your material. It would be nice to have known I was down a pawn. I'm about to be down 2 pawns if I'm not careful. Dude, storage businesses are a great idea. They're just raping me at my storage unit. They just take advantage of people. And if they know that if they know that you're not really in position to empty it out, they'll just raise the prices on you. There's no laws to protect people. Very little consumer protections for storage units. That's the problem. My storage unit is 10 by 10. I think it's 10 by 10. Right, but it's in America. I can get a truck and move it, but, then the same thing will happen at the new storage unit. Move 11 gifting 10 Sears 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Nice job. Nice job, sire. I am there. Thank you. Good game. I drew it. I was in trouble. I never counted my pawns. Wow, holy hell. Move 11. Thank you for donating 10 gift subs, community. Congratulations to... Wow. Risky Grease, Don't Cry Wolf, long time no see. Fitcha, Campoe, and Pair, Briggs Keith, Lionel Spoon, no problem at all. Learning Chess, and thanks Evolve. I think I missed somebody. That'll pay for a little storage unit time. I've got to get back to the United States to resolve my storage unit. You know, maybe like next summer we're looking at. But it's just crazy. Too late for a hype train. It's never too late for a hype train. Back to tournament. Hype train. Hype train. It's been a while since we had a hype train. I don't know if they still do hype trains. Back to tournament. Mr. Coffee with 200 bits. Schieber Spieler, of course. He won his last round game. He beat Pyrat. Wow. Slightly overrated for that pairing. He was overqualified. He got Pyrat 1500 in the last round. Alright, good game. Nice job by Audisto. Draw. I mean, it was a tough game. I don't know who was better in our game. I think it was dynamic and interesting. I didn't know I was down a pawn, though. I seriously thought it was equal pawns. GM Tranquilizer, go, go, go. Go, Hype Train, go. GM Tranquilizer just subscribed to Tier 1. Thank you, man. Go, Hype Train. Tranquilizer. Grandmaster Vital Evente. Check him out, guys. Let's get the shout out for GM Tranquilizer. He's the real Trank. Not the troll. We got the real Schieber Spieler, real Trank. Schieber Spieler, congratulations. Back with a 25.67 performance. Tiebreak 12.5. Nice job. Thank you, Tranquilizer. Check him out over at twitch.tv/GM_Tranquilizer. Grandmaster Vital Evente from Bucharest. Thanks, everyone, for playing. Every Tuesday we do this. Thanks again for Mr. Move 11. Mr. Move 11 gifting 10 Tier 1 gift subs. I get dyslexic when I'm tired. Whew, those 5 games really took it out of me. But Schieber deservedly winning. I couldn't get the job done in the last round against Audisto, though. That was a funny game. What's the breakdown? Oof, 3 mistakes, 1 blunder. Wow, I was lost. I was like -3. Wow. What is that? The rook innings totally lost. Holy shit. Wow. Are you sure? Are we sure about this? This is totally lost? Wow. Wow. Endgame win. You must play b4 or rook c4 and it's a win. Trek would probably know that. I don't know that for sure. This was not my intention, though. I shouldn't have let that happen. It was unnecessary. But earlier I was losing as well. Bishop takes g4, mistake. Uh-oh. Yeah, this was a fun game, and we had all kinds of stuff going on. My original pawn sacrifice was bad. So, thought this was a fun position. Everything was fine. And then something bad happened. This d5 happened. No hype train. Where is it? I don't know, man. I haven't seen a hype train in a while. Are there still hype trains? I don't know. They tried. They tried for the hype train. Have you seen a hype train? I haven't seen a hype train in a long time. I think we only had like 3 or 4. I mean, I guess I'm set for 5 donations. Thomas the Tank Engine? No hype trains until move 30. Yeah, no draws until move 30. I allowed this d5. I should have done the suggestion of king f8, king g8, king h7, the classic hippo. The hippo system. Or you could do like a Pavel Blatny and like play g5, knight f8, knight g6 or something. But it looks like I got in trouble after knight f6, d5. This is not what I wanted, because my bishop is dead now. This is a serious strategic problem. And I don't think sacking a knight on e4 is going to solve my problems here. I was unhappy after that. I did the hippo thing where you lock it up. But what's interesting was this position. I should have played f5. I was thinking like he's really solid. But I tried a speculative pawn sack, knight f4. Computer hates it. Wow. So it's just totally unsound. Alright, I'll confess something to everybody. Anyone who was watching this game who saw me sack this pawn, I want to make a tactical confession. I didn't just sack this pawn for like nothing. I literally forgot his knight was on c3, and I thought I was going to play like bishop takes b2 here. And once like we got to the position, I was like, oh shit, like there's a knight on c3. So I hallucinated like in advance that there was no knight on c3. And I thought I was playing like bishop takes b2 with tempo. Like he just didn't have a knight. It was really stupid. We have weird hallucinations, you know, when we play chess. That would have been nice. So instead I'm just like down a pawn. I still thought there was some compensation. And we actually got a lot of play. Maybe he shouldn't have traded queens. But I don't know where I really screwed up here. Everything was okay after he played the crazy c5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, my problem was that I thought I wasn't down a pawn. I thought I was equal material. Another hallucination. B takes C, bishop d4 check, bishop f2, and now d takes c5 question mark. Wow. I have e takes f3. I need more time. Actually, I had a lot of time. He had less time. I didn't see this. So this endgame, question mark, knight f2. He had knight f2. I told you guys he had knight f2. Yeah, that's a good move. Wow, c6. Oof, that's a tough move to find without time. I'm not finding that. You know, I knew I have to break up this combo, but there's no way I'm finding like c6 here. But anyway, this should be a draw. How did I screw this up? Oh, it's the next move that's a blunder. Oh my god. It's so bad. I never even considered c5. Wow. Connecting the pawns. Hey, that's a unique idea. So apparently that draws. Anyway, good game, man. Alright, not perfect, but it was a fun game, back and forth. Anyway, the tournament, congratulations to Schieberspieler. Thanks for playing. Good job. 4.5 out of 5. I have second place, 4 out of 5. Stapvargan, third place. Only lost the first round against the Spieler. Aldisto only lost against me. No, draw with me. He lost to Spieler too. Yeah, Schieberspieler beat both number 3 and 4 seeds. Good result, as usual. Mystic Slayer got 3 points. WJ Loof, Pyrat, good result for your rating. Ujwa with 2, Rasan 2. Astrobate rounding out the top 10. It was fun, guys. A unique idea to connect the pawns. Never occurred to me. That was a good move. I think if it had been a long game, I would have seen it. But anyways. Always protect your pawns with pawns, so your pieces don't have to do the heavy lifting. That's the secret. Anyway, thanks to the raid from Tranquilizer, Grandmaster. Thanks everybody for playing. Schieberspieler, Move 11 especially for the gift subs. Mr. Coffee, thanks for your for your storage unit. I will see you guys later. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully sold $8,000 a month. Yeah. Tranquilizer, are you streaming? Yeah, man. Raid? What raid? Why are you not streaming? Are you streaming? You're not streaming. That's disappointing. Neither is Schieberspieler. I don't think I'm gonna raid. You didn't do a raid either. Yeah, I forgot. It's hard to do a raid if you're not streaming. All right. Lurking. Well, you know, I'm usually raiding those like Sloths players, but they kicked them all out, so now there's nobody left to raid. Kaleidoscope guys like GM Tranquilizer, thanks for the raid. Except he's not streaming and he didn't raid. Anyway, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Yeah, I mean, I could raid Pepe Lu. Could do that, man. Alright. Ring. Alright. We raid Pepe. He's a nice guy. I misspell it. Like tranquilizer. It's much easier than spelling tranquilizer. The hard part is like spelling tranquilizer. See you guys tomorrow.